förra avsnittet av Ocean Avenue.
Anywho, I've been doing some research on the whole Miami modeling scene, and your name popped up.
In what context?
Did you know a woman named Jazz DeGeese?
Look, Lucas and I are friends, but the fact is, where women are concerned, it's a whole other story.
Is there a reason you're telling me this?
I just heard that you really like Lucas and that you guys were sort of a couple.
Not that it's any of your business, but we're not.
Good. Because you deserve a lot better than Lucas. I'd hate for you to get hurt.
Lucas and I work together. That's it.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. All I'm saying, and not very well, is that I really admire you, Gabby. Since your mother's death, it must put a great strain on you to always have to put a good face on everything. It's like the classic case. You're always being torn between two different sides.
What do you mean?
You and Lucas having to work together. Him being in the enemy camp, so to speak.
I don't see it that way.
Actually, I thought it took a lot of guts on your part to insist on your mom's second autopsy. I know that Devin's put a lot of pressure on the other side.
I did what I had to do to get to the truth. I'm sure if the situation were reversed, you'd do the same exact thing.
Well, absolutely. It's just... Well, I guess it's best not to speculate.
About what?
How many unanswered questions you must still have about your mother and father? How certain people probably want this to just disappear?
You know what? I don't care what other people think. I'm not going to accept any convenient spin that they might want to put on this.
Well, good, because I'd hate for anyone, including the police, to pressure you into accepting any explanation that, well, seems too simplistic.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Hey. Oh, Gabby, Lucas told me to tell you that he'll be a little late, okay?
So you gonna miss me?
Yeah.
Don't sweat it. It's just a quickie field trip, then back to business as usual. You know I'll be thinking about you.
Really?
Yeah, you know, I mean, I know we've only gone out a couple of times, but this whole thing just seems sort of right, you know? Feel me?
Yeah, totally.
Look, I don't want to freak you out or anything.
No, it's totally cool.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I think you're playing me.
No, trust me. I'm not.
See, but how do I know? I mean, sure, you got an honest face, but it's just hard for me. I mean, all the girls at school think I'm just some dumb model kid. But with you, it's different. And I know you know. And it's getting kind of weird because I feel like I don't even have to ask. See, that's why we're getting into this Pyramus and Thisbe country.
Who?
It's just a story my mom used to read me when I was a kid. Kind of like Romeo and Juliet, but not really. You got a guy and a girl that want to be together, and things just keep getting in their way. Basically, there ain't much else there. If you want to be with someone, nothing can stand in your way.
Do they still die in the end, like Romeo and Juliet?
She does, but he's cool. Gets over it pretty fast, too. Hightails it to Bali, hooks up with a smoking local chick, spends the rest of his life on the beach. Pretty sweet ending, huh? Don't worry, though. Before you kick it, I got plans for us.
All right, so you just get back down to the coroner's office by 3:30 today. Would you take care of that for me? Thank you. What do you got, Kimmy? Yeah, the Vasquez case. Okay, all 3 signed on. There you go. Good deal. Take care. Hey, you hanging in there, Marco?
Yes, sir, Commissioner. I am doing that.
That's good, because I'd like to step up the process to get this killer off the streets.
I'm with you there.
Good. You and Thom, I'm counting on you men to crack this thing. How's your cover down at the dollhouse?
I think I'm doing okay there.
Good. And when they open back up, I want you in there again. Maybe we'll put a decoy in with you. We need to get this killer off the streets.
I'm totally with you. Listen, Commissioner, I got a question I need to ask you.
Sure, Marco.
It's about my dad.
Yeah, but I haven't heard that name in years.
Oh, so you do know Jazz the Geese?
Yeah, we were acquainted, but it was such a long time ago. It must have been,
25 years.
yeah. So why are you interested in this now?
Well, all the research I'm doing, it seems to be pointing to her. Did you work for her at Miami Models?
Briefly. Before I met Antonio Vanto, took me to Rome, and then, you know, that's where my career took off, so.
So you spent most of your time abroad?
Yeah, a lot of it.
Gotcha. Did you ever see Jazz again after you left Miami?
By the time I got back, she was dead. Why?
Well, I don't know. I'd like to get a handle on who she is, you know, for my article. What was she like when you knew her?
Well, she was a very kind person, as I remember.
Did you have one particular boyfriend?
Jess saw a lot of men, you know, socially.
Did you know she ran an escort service?
You know, I don't know. I was very young, and
So you were too young to know that she was running a call girl operation out of the agency.
There you are. Playing hooky, huh?
I was waiting for you at the bar.
Didn't Chrissy give you the message?
That you'd be late? Yeah.
Yeah, I was on a conference call with Tony. Chrissy knocked on my door and asked me if I was coming down. I told her to tell you it'd be held up.
Really?
Yeah, really. Why are you looking at me like that?
Like how?
Like you don't believe a word I'm saying.
Why wouldn't I believe what you were saying?
I don't know. You tell me.
So, how was your call with Antonio?
The usual complaining about fabrics not being ordered for the Millennia collection, which in turn is holding him up. You know, I know it's a little tedious, but you could look a little more interested.
Sorry, I was thinking of something else.
Yeah, well, if it has anything to do with bolts of gold metallic fabric, I don't want to hear about it.
It doesn't.
Okay, what then?
Well, you know, Chrissy's been so unhappy lately. And then all of a sudden she's happy now.
Well, I'm sure this trip has something to do with it.
I'm sure all the attention you're giving her has helped as well.
Gabby, I'm only trying to make her feel good.
Yeah, and you're obviously doing a good job at it.
What'd you run up to?
Just had some things I needed to do.
Any of them have to do with Kayla?
Yeah, I think this Everglades thing is gonna be really good.
Yeah, me too.
I went to the police station to speak to my uncle. Just wanted to make sure they were doing something, you know?
So, do they have any leads?
I don't think so. Maybe. I didn't get into it.
Okay.
I did tell him that I might know who it could have been.
What did you say?
Like it was probably a date.
Right. Probably.
And then he looked at me like she was, you know.
Some slut that didn't matter.
I don't get it, Jody. I don't get any of it.
Where's all this coming from, Marco? Oliver's been dead a lot of years.
Yeah, but I've never been okay with it. The way it ended.
Well, none of us have, son. Look, he was my partner and my friend. You think the way it ended didn't rip my heart out?
I know that, but I still have questions. I think somebody set him up, Commissioner.
Well, your father was a good man, Marco. But good people have faults. I mean, that doesn't mean we love them anyway.
I know that, but I also know my father. There's no way he was a dirty cop. He loved that badge of his. He would have died before he dishonored it.
Let it be, Marco. Hold on to the good memories of your father. That's what I've done. If you'll excuse me, I gotta get to my paperwork.
Excuse me, Commissioner. Can I ask you one more question?
Sure.
Do you remember a woman by the name of Jazz DeGeese?
So the fact that Anne had Nambucol in her bloodstream is inconclusive?
Well, a lot of over-the-counter products contain trace elements of... That's not the key, hon.
Well, what is?
She was dead before she even hit the water. Broken neck. One clean break. Didn't feel a thing.
But that could have happened when she hit the water, right?
No can do, sweet thing. Armani aftershave, right?
Yeah.
God, that is such a turn on. Okay, so Anne's body was dragged to the water and then dumped. How do I know? Fabric matched her dress. We found it on some dead tramp about 5 miles away.
Well, how did he die?
Oh, you're gonna love this. Broken neck.
Look, I'm only gonna stay for a sec.
No, it's cool. My mom and Jody are down at the squeeze, so we kind of have the place to ourselves.
Look, Ione, I really like you. It's just every time I start hanging out with a girl, it all just seems to happen so fast. We get all caught up in the physical and there's just no connection. So, I mean, if it's cool, I kind of wanted to wait, you know, to do anything, at least till it was special for the both of us.
Yeah, sure. I think that's cool.
So you'll be a good girl till I get back? Look, I gotta fly.
Yeah. Have a good trip.
I will, if I know I'm coming back to you.
As I said, Miss Tate, I was a very young and impressionable girl at the time when I met Jazz.
Did you work for her, Miss Erickson?
Hey, well.
Am I interrupting something?
Hi. I was just asking Miss Erickson some questions.
I really don't have that much more to tell, Miss Tate.
So you're saying that you didn't know that Miami Models was a front for a call girl operation?
Of course not. How was I supposed to know that? I was just really...
Young, right.
Yeah, well, I have an appointment right now at the showroom, so if there's nothing else, then...
If I have any questions, I'll give you a buzz.
I really didn't. I really have nothing else to say, Miss Tate.
Dr. O'Keefe, Crystal Tate.
Yeah, I know who you are. What was that about?
Oh, I'm just doing a story. And actually, I wanted to see you too. I want to ask you about your mother.
It's like you said, Don. You know, we had to remember the good things about Kayla and just realize there was a part of her that we were totally out of touch with.
Is that hers?
Don, don't. Dylan.
Yeah, and the first thing Lucas does when he comes down is to ask about Gabby.
Well, I guess that means you're not doing your job very well then, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, you're not doing so hot either, are you?
Well, I don't know. Just had a rather nice conversation with Miss Hamilton. I think that by the end of the shoot, we should have a real trust thing going.
I don't know what he sees in her.
Well, maybe that she's independent, committed, quite nice to look at. Guys like that sort of thing instead of the usual brain-dead variety of leeches that come our way.
Ooh, I hope that's not directed at me.
Chrissy, my dear, you are anything but that. You are what I like to call a special force of nature to be reckoned with.
I just want what's best for Lucas, that's it.
Which is you.
I understand him.
Well, understanding's a good thing, Chrissy. So why don't we make sure that we understand each other, so we both get what we want.
You've been talking to that reporter lady, Crystal Tate, haven't you?
Yeah, I bumped into her. Why?
Why? Because she's been stirring up things around here for months. That's why, writing this expose that she's doing.
I think she's got some really good points, especially on this Jazz woman.
Jazz is dead. Let it be.
So, you do remember the case?
I don't know. Vaguely. It was a long time ago. Nothing unusual.
You and Dad worked on it together?
Yeah, he helped, but it was my case. Look, the book is closed. Forget it.
My mother thinks there's a lot more to it than that. She said this Jazz used to call my dad.
Look, why do you want to keep doing this, huh, Marco? Look, let your father rest in peace, will you? Why do you want to dredge up a bunch of garbage that's gonna break your heart? Keep the memory that you have of him. That's all that counts, son.
Well, I guess we could just lay out here all day, soak up the sun, forget about all our models and our scheduling.
I was the one that was ready to work. You were the one that was occupied.
Why am I getting the distinct impression that I'm taking the rap for something I didn't do?
Oh, does that usually happen to you?
Yeah, it does. Come on, I was kidding.
Fine, then let's cut to the chase and do the schedules now.
Fine. How about dinner tonight at 8?
No way.
What?
Why do you want to talk about my mother?
Well, she worked for Miami Models, right?
Yeah, for a little while.
Did she know someone named Jazz Dickies?
That's not a familiar name.
Okay, let me come at it from another angle. Do you know what happened to your mother?
She disappeared.
That was about 25 years ago, right?
Yeah, November 1st, 1977. I'll never forget the date.
And you never heard from her again since?
No, I haven't.
Okay, why do you think that is?
I don't know. Look, Miss Tate, this is a private family matter, so if you don't mind.
Did you ever see this woman?
No, I don't believe I have.
I nästa avsnitt av Ocean Avenue. Hey, you having fun?
Yeah. Does it look like I'm having fun, Ian? Seriously, it's like 200 degrees out there. I'm sweating like a pig, and all anybody does is order me about.
You're the one who said you wanted in on the shoot.
Excuse me? No, I wanted in as a model, Ian, not some stupid gopher. I'm serious.